Good evening, YouTube. X-File 2708 back again with another 5-minute movie review. Hot off the press, this one. This has been a topic of conversation between myself and a couple of other people tonight. So the movie is The Boneyard from 1991. Now this was surprisingly an 88 films release. Now I got 45 minutes into this one. It was giving me a headache and it was really pissing me off. So I messaged myself. Well, I didn't message myself, that'd be a bit weird. Myself, Ash and Tim. So Popcorn and Horror and Tim Cole are in a WhatsApp group, and we talk about what movies we're watching between us, help each other out with CX purchases and all that sort of thing. So really good, good friends on YouTube between us. And I was posting in the WhatsApp group this evening, and I was like, I'm 45 minutes into this. This movie is giving me a fucking headache. And what I mean by that is the audio the dialogue is a lot quieter across a lot of parts of the movie compared to the sound effects and the musical score that they're putting over it, which made for a really off-putting experience. So, something dramatic was happening. The volume of the sound effects and the dramatic music was way too high, and you could barely hear the dialogue at all. It was as though I needed to switch subtitles on. And for that to be on an 88 films release, I was really surprised. Now, I don't know if that's the same. I think this got a VHS release back in the day, so I don't know if the VHS suffered with audio the same as this one does. But for me, that, along with the film itself and the terrible acting, made for a really frustrating hour and a half. Like I say, myself, Tim and Ash, we're all into horror movies. We've all got a very similar taste in bad movies. So for me to say a movie is absolutely terrible, and then Ash actually agreed in our WhatsApp group. He said, I got 15-20 minutes into this movie and I had to turn it off. I powered through. Ash was winding me up throughout the movie, saying you need to get yourself a couple of rum and cokes and you might enjoy it a little bit more, or drown your sorrows, whichever. But I just couldn't get into it. Let me give you a very brief synopsis. Now, this is the description from the back of the 88 films box. Listen to what they describe it as, and then take on board what I've said, and you'll see it's two very chalk and cheese opinions. So it says, released in 1991, The Boneyard is a certified cult classic of the VHS era that mixes the bad taste splatter humour of such classics as The Evil Dead and Reanimator. Wow. With enough corpse shambling thrills and ghoulish chills to make for an essential late night watch. Now, I mean, you can see on the front you've got a killer poodle, which, kind of makes you think, oh, is it going to be a comedy horror? Now, I looked on IMDb because, like I say, I got 45 minutes in and I found it really irritating. I didn't find it funny at all. It stars Ed Nelson, who's an older police detective, I think. Kind of looks like a cross between Des Lynam and Leslie Nielsen, if that gives you any clues. Some guy called Norman Fell, who I think is like the rookie police officer in it. He's acting is absolutely diabolical, pretty much as wooden as you can get. And someone called Phyllis Diller, and I think she's the, I nearly said psychotic, she's the psychic person that's in the film. And again, she's got no charisma whatsoever. IMDb says this movie, I think, got a budget of 850,000, but I've no idea what they actually spent that 850,000 on. Like I say, 45 minutes in, you know, I was ready to switch it off, but I thought, you know, let's power through, give it, you know, at least one full watch. But no, I couldn't get on with it at all. My letterbox rating, guys, was 1.5 out of 5. And for me, that's my worst rated movie of the year so far. So there we go, guys. An absolute shower of shite, in my opinion. This one's going in my bag to trade into CX. I think I paid £8 store credit for it a couple of weeks ago. I'll get £5 back on a voucher. So this one's going back in the pile to trade back in to CX when I go out and about with Ghost Lou next week. So that was my thoughts on the movie. If you're on the fence with regards to watching it, I wholeheartedly recommend giving it the widest steer possible. If you've got some paint to watch dry, paint a wall and sit and watch that instead. You'll have a lot more fun. So there we go, guys. Anyway, I'm off to drown my sorrows, and I think for tomorrow's movie, I'm going to have to grab a comfort movie off the shelf, something that, you know, I know I'm really going to enjoy, so I can restore my faith back in movies again after tonight's shit show. So there we go, guys. If you have seen The Boneyard, let me know in the comments if you thought it was as bad as myself and Ash clearly do. Or if you really enjoyed it, please let me know why, and I'll get you booked into the nearest insane asylum. There we go, guys. As always, please remember to like, comment and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I'll be back later on in the week with another video. Bye for now.